How do you plan a wedding seating chart? Now, this is a really big decision for you because it's really going to help organize and bring everything together at the very end with your wedding planning. But there's the right way and the wrong way to do it, some really great do's and don'ts. And is a seating chart really what you want to do for your wedding reception? We're going to uncover all of that here today. So stay tuned, and I'm going to share with you my favorite tips on how to plan a wedding seating chart. So if you guys are finding me for the first time, I'd love to welcome you. I'm Dana Renee. I'm your wedding planner and designer, and I'm here to help you save time, stress, and money when planning your dream wedding day. And tonight we are talking about how to plan your wedding seating chart. And this is such a big decision to make because at the very end of your wedding planning process, you got to get all those RSVPs together. You got to figure out where are people going to sit and how is it that you're going to save a little time and stress on planning out this very big last detail when it comes to planning your wedding day. So stay tuned. At the end of this video, I am going to share with you this amazing checklist. I'm going to go through it here and explain it, but I'll have this checklist available to you so you can print it up. I'm going to tell you how to get your hands on it at the very end, so stay tuned for that great little gift from me. And tonight we are going to start with, I made lots of notes because we have lots to go over. First of all, some of the things that you need to consider when you are planning your seating chart is if it's even right for you. So there's some pros and cons to a seating chart. A pro to a seating chart is that you can kind of organize everybody the way you want them to go. If you are thinking of your older great aunt, do you really want her sitting next to a bunch of strangers you don't know that perhaps are your old college friends? So having a seating chart allows you to kind of coordinate everybody's seating so that all your guests feel super comfortable. So that's one of the reasons why so many people choose a seating chart. Another pro to having a seating chart as well is you are not going to have to sit as many tables. Now, I know this sounds a little silly, but I'm going to give you a scenario that'll help clear this up for you. Think of a movie theater. Say you're at a group of 5 people. You guys went and bought your tickets. You're informed there's about 15 seats left in the movie theater. You're thinking, I've got plenty of room. Now, you're the last people going in, and you go to walk in, and guess what? You cannot find 5 seats together. You could find 2 here or 1 there. That same scenario happens at weddings all the time because people have a tendency to leave a space in between them before sitting next to people they don't know. And there's always people standing off to the side like going, I need a place for my family to sit. We don't want our families to be separated. So if you decide not to do a seating chart, just keep in mind you will have to set extra tables so that everybody could, have a place to sit comfortably. Now, that's going to help you save a little bit of money because you're not going to have to, if you're doing a seating chart, you're not going to have to set as many tables. So that's going to save you money. Now, a con to creating a seating chart is that it could be a lot of work. It's like one of the last big details that you're going to have to deal with because you really have to get all of your RSVPs in, which I'm not going to discourage you in regards to this, but that becomes a really big issue towards the end of your wedding planning because getting RSVPs in a timely manner isn't always easy. Watch for future videos on that by subscribing to this channel because we will talk more about that. But let's continue on the pros and cons of having a seating chart. Now, if you do decide to do a seating chart, there's a couple steps that you want to do in a certain order. So the first step you're going to take is you're going to contact your venue. Most of them are already going to have some sort of map for you, but it's really important that you get the dimensions. What is the dimension of the room? Then you're also going to want to get from them, what are the size of the tables and in how many people sit in those tables. You'll also want to get the size of the cake table, the buffet tables, and also the dance floor. You'll want that dimension as well because that's going to help you in tip number 2, which is finding a software solution to help you put it all together. And I've got great news for you. There are some really great free, yes, you heard me, free options to use this software. And there's all kinds of them out there. These are just 3 of them that I'm pretty familiar with that I feel really comfortable with saying, hey, check these out. And once you do check out these 3 options, which are free, I would love to hear your comment. Which one is your favorite? So just comment below and let me know which one you chose or which one you think is your favorite. Number 1 is all seated. Number 2, and this is in no particular order, is wedding wire and also wedding mapper. And you will find the link to all 3 of those in the comments below. This is not a paid promotion by them or anything. These are just 3 that I've been a little familiar with and that I've heard good things about. So I would love to hear your feedback below in the comments on what you think about these 3 once you check them out. Okay, step number 3 when putting together your seating chart. If you see me looking down constantly, it's because I have to look at my notes. There's so much great information in this video. 3 is you want to arrange your guests according to how they know you. So you'll probably want to keep your cousins with your cousins, perhaps your neighbors with your neighbors, maybe some old high school friends or college friends together because they know each other and they'll have good conversation. Also, you'll want to consider step number 4 is their age. And this is really important because you're not going to want to say you have old fraternity friends, you're not going to set them necessarily with your grandparents or the older family members that you know. You want to set them with people that they might have a little bit of commonality with. Also, in regards to age, if you're having a good number of children there and they're between the ages of 5 and about 13, because I find that kids under 5 really need to sit with their parents. That's kind of my rule of thumb, but you can gauge it with the children that you know. But I really like making children's tables. It gives them an opportunity to, number 1, you can provide them with really great coloring book activities and things like that. And maybe some crafts, scavenger hunts. I've seen those and those work out really well with some age demographics. So you can create a kids table. Also, number 5, you're also going to remember accessibility. Now, this is really important for people who have a walker or a wheelchair or a cane or something like that. You want to make sure you put them at a table that they can easily get in and out from. You don't want to put them back in a corner or something. You also want to consider putting them close to the restroom or other facilities that they might need regular access to, just for their comfort when they're at your wedding reception. Now, finally, it comes to, you've already figured out the floor plan because you've gotten the dimensions of the room and the table size. You went and you got this free app that's going to help you organize everything. One thing I did not tell you about these free apps, a lot of them help you organize your guest list as well and helps you keep track of your RSVPs. And then you can use that and just put it right into the seating chart. Those are some really helpful tools. You'll definitely want to check those out. So once you have all of that together, you've determined where groups of people want to sit with groups of people. You've also considered the age factor because you're not going to sit your grandmother underneath the DJ booth where the big speakers are. And you've also placed your tables like your cake table, your gift table, your head table, and so forth. Then you've considered the accessibility of some of your guests as well. Now we're going to come and put your seating chart together. And there's so many different options you can do it. One rule of thumb when it comes to putting the actual seating chart together is if you have less than 75 guests, you can easily do table 1, table 2, table 3, table 4, and so on. But if you have more than 75 guests, let's avoid the whole where's Waldo scenario. You're going to want to put everything in an alphabetical order. So in cardette number 1, you'll have maybe A's and B's. Cardette number 2, you have a lot of C's. And you list the last name and then the first name, and then you list the table of which they're at. That way, everybody can find their name immediately by looking up their last name, and then they can hurry up and find their table number next to it. They're not searching all over this board looking like the whole where's Waldo thing. Where's my name? Where's my name? So remember that rule of thumb. 75 guests or less, it's okay to list them by table 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But if you are having more than 75 guests, ease the confusion, list it in alphabetical order, and you can have these printed up on little cardettes, and then you can make your own little like signage, and I can link some ideas in the comments below. I have a great one that I use all the time, and I'll put the link in the comments below because it was made by a really great designer. Her name is, it's Chrissy Lane Designs, and she services people, I think, worldwide. I know all in the US, but possibly worldwide. And I will put a link in below because I've used her and I love her work, and she could do just about any Pinterest dream I come across. So guys, get creative, have fun. Don't forget to download the free tips sheet that I'm gonna put in the link in the comments below to our private Facebook group called Your Wedding Tribe. All you have to do is go to that private Facebook group, like it, and you can go to the file section and you are gonna see lots and lots of free downloads just for you, the couple who is trying to plan the wedding day of their dreams. And I'm here to help you save time, stress, and money while doing so. Guys, thanks so much for subscribing to this YouTube channel, giving us some thumbs up, and commenting below which of these tips you like best and which of these apps that I suggested have you tried and do you like. I'd love to hear your thoughts below. Guys, until next time, happy planning and take care. Bye.